What's that?
I want to shout out to my guys. Man, first of all, it's the Breakfast Club, the world's most dangerous morning show. I want to salute to my guys, All the Smoke, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, dropping the clues bombs for them. I just opened up this package, and in the package was their new coffee table book.
Dope.
That comes out October 8th on my book imprint, Black Privilege Publishing, via Simon & Schuster. If you're a fan of the All the Smoke podcast, it has all of their classic All the Smoke interviews.
That is so smart.
Yeah,
That's
in the
dope.
book. So, Kobe Bryant is in here, Gilbert Arenas, Don Staley. I'm just flipping through it as I'm reading it.
Do I know of another media platform that has ever done that like that before?
I don't
know of one, but don't quote me on that.
That'd be a dope idea for the Breakfast Club too.
Yeah.
Well, that's dope. I love All the Smoke.
You
for
know
what they
who
doing
was
now.
really good about doing things like that?
Who?
Virgil Abloh. Really
Okay.
great at doing coffee table books that documented the process of like Off-White, his adventures with IKEA, like different things. I've never seen a hip hop media platform do it like that though.
Well, they're not hip hop. They're sports.
Sports.
So this comes out October
Cultural
8th
platform.
Via Black Privilege Publishing, Simon & Schuster. But you can pre-order it now. Salute to my guys, All the Smoke, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson.
Yeah, salute to them. All right, well, let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
Man, we gotta have a conversation about the media landscape that Kendrick was talking about. How we sensationalize things that we shouldn't. We believe things we shouldn't. Yesterday on X, Twitter, whatever you refer to it as, there was Wine Lucci was trending. He was trending for some time because there was a random blog. I don't even remember the blog's name. I'd never heard of it before. It disappeared after this rumor was spread. But the blog posted that YFN Lucci had been killed while in prison. And you guys know with everything that just happened with
Is he in prison now? I thought he was on house arrest. I thought he was moved to house arrest. I'm not sure though.
Why been Lucci?
Yeah,
thought so,
YFN
though.
Lucci. He was supposed to be headed home, but it hasn't happened yet.
Gotcha.
So with everything that just happened with Rich Homie Quan, people were very quick to believe it because, of course, when things normally sometimes things hit social media first before any websites can confirm it or whatever. People were freaking out. Like fans were freaking out. They were like, "We need confirmation." Whatever. TMZ actually reached out to Drew Finland, who is Lucci's attorney that represented him in his RICO case that landed him in prison, who confirmed that YFN Lucci is okay, he is fine, he is alive, he is well. But it just sucks that people were able to get in an uproar so fast about something that is completely not true. And if you go to click the link that originally started this information, it's not even existent anymore.
Yeah, but it's been like this for a decade plus, and I don't see it changing no time soon. Because number one, nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. And if you want to believe something, there is something on the internet that will reinforce whatever your belief is.
That's true.
Period.
That's why I try and make sure that my algorithm, even though, I get a little bougetto on my algorithm, I do try and follow people that aren't speaking to the things that I think I already know or things that I want to see or whatever, just so I can kind of have a little balance, because you do get wrapped up in your own world and your own thoughts, especially on Twitter or X.
And I'm also realizing it's quicker for people to believe stories that aren't true as opposed to the stories that are true. Like, people will believe something that's false as opposed to something factual. It's just the world we're in. I don't think there's anything you can do to change it at this point.
Well, speaking of the world that we're in and change, you guys remember Beyonce was snubbed for the CMA Awards.
Country Music Awards,
The Country
yep.
Music Awards that are happening in November. Beyonce was not nominated whatsoever, despite Cowboy Carter being in a historical country music album where she broke records as the first black woman to come in at #1 on the top country albums chart with Cowboy Carter. And this is according to Billboard, right? So remember all of that? So Dolly Parton spoke out, huge country music artist. She's also featured on Beyonce's album. She's worked with Beyonce, and she's also given Beyonce the nod to, or gave Beyonce the nod to redo Jolene. So people are a little bit upset at Dolly Parton right now because Dolly Parton sat down with Variety, and in this interview, they asked her about Beyonce being snubbed and what she felt about it. And Dolly Parton said, "Well, you never know. There's so many wonderful country artists that I guess probably the country music field, they probably thought, well, we can't really leave out some of the ones that spend their whole life doing that. But I didn't even realize that until somebody asked me that question. But it was a wonderful album. She can be very, very proud of. And I think everybody in country music welcomed her and thought that that was good. So I don't think it's a matter of shutting out, like doing that on purpose. I think it was just more of what the country charts and the country artists were doing that do that all the time, not just a specialty album.
Bullish.
What's wrong with that statement?
I think people feel like it's
Why?
a backhanded compliment because it's like Beyonce for a very long time has said she's not only country music, but country music has been a part of her genre in the music that she does for a very long time.
Do me a favor, name 5 other country albums that came out this year.
I can't name them
Exactly.
besides Beyonce.
Envy, name 5 other country albums that
But
came
why
out.
does that matter?
But it's the fact. But if
Because
she
we
came
don't
in
even
at-
know the genre
but
to
if she
say whether or
came in-
not she should be snubbed. You know how sometimes we watch
But if
these.
she came in at number 1, right? If she came in at number 1 and her record hit number 1
Beyonce.
on the charts, so, but her record
But the
was number
album
1
was
on the
also
charts.
good. You listen to Cowboy Carter, right?
So
But that's the only album I listen to. I didn't listen to no other country
but
albums
not
to
one
compare it.
song nominated, not one song, not her
I
album at all.
don't know anything else about.
So the
listen,
experts at Billboard who are listening
Okay.
to all these other country music albums and comparing them, and we use them for every other award ceremony and nominations, is based off of they just got it wrong this time with Beyonce.
They said her
I
album
have
was
no
great.
idea. I don't know.
Innocent wronging.
There's not
I
one
don't
way that
know.
she's not nominated for one award.
You know how sometimes
Not
you watch
one,
these
no.
award shows, whether they're music award shows or you watch the Oscars, and you be like, man, why such and such movie didn't get nominated? But you ain't seen none of the other movies in the category. You be like, how that win Best Picture of the Year? But you ain't even see it.
No, you usually see them
Yeah.
as nominated.
I
You see
can
them as
understand-
nominated
No,
most of the
you don't.
times.
Stop lying.
Yes, you do.
Sometimes I can understand both sides, but my whole thing with this is like I do think that for Dolly Parton to give Beyonce such a major cosign and for Beyonce to have such a historic record-breaking situation with Cowboy Carter, I would have liked to hear Dolly Parton say it deserved to at least be acknowledged in some way at the CMAs, because number one, I think her saying it sounds a little complicit to me.
That genre hated on her from the door.
Her saying that because these people have been doing it, whatever, it's the same thing that happened to Lil Nas X. And no, I didn't know country music at that time either, but his album, they literally pushed certain songs out of the genre because they felt like it wasn't
genre
country
hated
music.
on her from the door. They didn't even want to play her on stations. Like that genre hated on her and shut her out from the first time.
All of that can be true, but have we heard the other music to really be able to have an intelligent conversation about this? Dolly Parton has. Dolly Parton lives and breathes country music. So I can't just dismiss her statements and say that's BS.
Not nominated for one?
I haven't heard
one
it.
category?
Name another song. Have you heard any other country music this year, Envy?
Shabuzi song. I don't know the name of it,
That's
but
fire.
the one that is like the chingy.
That's a fire record.
That's all I know.
But I know him because he's black and because he was on Beyonce album.
But all I'm saying is the same way that we can get
You
mad
can't
at the
name
Grammys.
any other country.
You can't name a lot of the people that be in the Oscars and the
That's my
Grammys all the
point,
time, but you
Lauren.
still get upset when certain things don't.
But that's stupid. And I've already come to terms
If
with
her
myself that
album
that's
was,
dumb.
that you're-
if her
that you're
album was
dumb.
great,
That you're
if it was
stupid.
number 1 on
Yes.
the charts, if it was number 1 when it came out, it at least should be nominated.
Not
if it
really.
did so great. Yes.
I don't know that. I don't know what to compare it to.
I just think that it would have been nice to hear Dolly Parton say, I believe she at least deserves some sort of recognition.
No, nobody's
You know
saying
what
a win, but a
why y'all-
nomination?
You know why y'all
Seems
get
crazy.
mad? Because y'all be having expectations of people, and you want Dolly to say what you want her to say. She
Yep.
said what she said, and it's a very informed opinion because she knows more about country music than all of us.
So as long as we keep accepting those type of
She didn't
things,
say
it's
those.
going to be okay
She
for.
didn't say those other artists were better. She said artists been doing it longer. She didn't say they were better. She didn't say their music was better. She didn't say their albums were better. She said in that statement that there's been artists that's been doing it a longer time. But
That's one part of the statement she said.
But those
She
awards,
said more than just that.
But the awards should be based off of when that artist put it out in that year. And if her album
I
was
haven't heard
nominated,
any of the other music this year to compare it to, so I don't know if she got snubbed or not.
Well,
That's just the reality of the situation.
moving on to other people that got snubbed, Druski and Ruby Rose. So, it's we gotta wrap
you
it
knock
up.
it out. You can do this.
No,
You already started. Go ahead.
first of all, we gotta wrap it up.
Go ahead.
Okay, we're good to go. I had to take it from
You didn't
behind
believe
you.
me? I
No,
told
I
you
did
we was
not.
good.
No, y'all be getting me in trouble. So, Druski and Ruby Rose, y'all know that they were dating. People thought it was like weird. Like, how the heck did these two link up? They had the videos kissing in Miami on the boat, and they was like kissing. So Ruby Rose recently came out and let people know that she's been celibate for 2 months. And people began to question her time with Druski. Like, what was that like? Because he came out and said that they weren't together anymore. And he jokingly said she probably spent more money in the relationship than he did. And that caused a lot of uproar. So people wanted to hear from Ruby Rose on it. And following this, she revealed that their whole situation, according to her, was a publicity stunt that Druski fully sponsored.
So now you want to tell her she capped too?
No, the relationship was capped.
Oh. I'm like, what? How you going to tell her?
The relationship was capped.
Like, she go hang out with Dolly Parton?
Yeah, that's the relationship was capped.
Well, and then Ruby Rose followed up with some tweets. She said, and for the record, she never slept with that man, talking about Druski. He paid for PR, not the P word, talking about her private part.
Yep.
She said, I only give it up if I'm in love. I don't care how much money he got. I'm rich. He is funny and nice though. Actually, she tweeted these first and then she followed up with the video saying it was a publicity stunt, because people were like, wait, so you rich but you took money for a publicity stunt to date somebody, make it make sense. I don't know, this is all a little weird to me, because when I saw the videos I was convinced, because they were like, did you see them kissing?
I still thought it was. They both.
I wanna know how much money
influencers.
she
He's
got
a
for the-
comedian. I didn't believe it.
Did you see that tongue kiss? I want to know how much money she got for that tongue kiss, because that was very
How
involved.
much did you charge for a tongue kiss?
I'm not doing that. That was very involved. I thought that they were just really together and having a good time, and I'm like, he's funny. He's doing well in life right now.
This is the internet. I don't believe it. I don't believe anything.
Well, the people have been dragging her online because they don't understand how one can go with the other. How you got money, you don't need nobody to pay for nothing. You basically trying to play them, but you were down for the publicity stunt.
Don't believe anything you see online, yo. That's the moral of the story.
There you go.
But really, nobody does. People just like.
So
I said,
when you post you and Morris Chestnut,
I definitely don't believe that.
Don't believe anything you say online, y'all.
By the way, Lauren, that was the worst example you could bring up.
Why was it?
Because I'm clearly not Morris Chestnut.
No, we know you're not him. Only you thought
But no,
that.
I think I look like him.
Yeah.
That's a goddamn
But that's
lie.
just
You
me.
see how you tried to insert that he is Morris? No one ever thought that. That wasn't what was in question.
And nobody thinks
I don't
you
even
look
know
like
what y'all
him.
talking about.
That
You told
is
Sarah
just-
Huckabee to remain humble, right?
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
That is
Okay.
Jess With The Mess with Lauren LaRosa. All right, the People's Choice Mix is up next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.